Good evening, everyone. My name is Kendall Key, and I just want to say thank you for joining me for the Recovering Meth podcast. So, the past couple days have been really interesting. A lot's been going on, and today is just one of those days where all these mixed emotions come in and everything. So, I do want to pay tribute and start off with a moment of silence for all of those that addiction has not necessarily consumed, but to all of those who haven't made it in to the rooms of a 12-step, or who have not been able to make it into a recovery or even begin the road to recovery. And not only for them, but all of those that don't have that opportunity to do so. I want to have a moment of silence for the people that will never make it into the rooms or never make it into the journey of recovery. So if you will, go ahead and join me for that. So today I got some news that, somebody that I was inside the recovery home with passed away. And the crazy thing about this is I spoke with him maybe 3 weeks ago, if not 4 weeks ago. And, the crazy thing is, he was doing good. Like, from what he told me, he was living with a family member and actually got a job and was going to work and had that flow going, and he was very happy with that. He said, this is all I wanted to do, was just chill and go to work and handle my business. Little do I know of what was actually going on in his personal life. But I know I hadn't heard from him in like the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And, he did cross my mind, and I have made several attempts to reach out to him. And I know other people have done so as well, because, this is just a good kid. He's a good guy. And I say he's a kid because he's only like 23 years old. And, we just got word earlier today that, his family member finally located him, and, he was inside a motel room and he had passed away. And that's just heartbreaking because, it's just truly like nothing like, excuse me. But nothing like that should happen. Deaths because of addiction shouldn't happen. It's tough because earlier this year too, a friend of mine, same thing, just passed away in his sleep. I don't know if his was recovery related, or addiction related, but man, it's like, deaths like that are not necessary. That's just another mother that lost her son. That's another kid that's gonna grow up, not knowing how amazing their fathers were. And this can be in any instance, a female, that's a mother that's losing her daughter, children that lose their mother. It's like, that's just nonsense right there. Like, things, it doesn't have to go that far. It really doesn't, especially when there's so many resources out there that are here for the people, to help the people heal, to prevent things like this from happening, to get people on the right path again. It's just heartbreaking, and it truly is just sad. It's just sad. So my condolences go out to the family member of this young gentleman who hasn't even lived the best life he possibly could have. And not only to them, but to all of those out there that have lost their lives because of addiction, because of the drug, because of the alcohol. My condolences to everyone. It's just, it really is just heartbreaking. And, again, there are so many resources out there available. For me, man, for me, personally, recovering meth started with the intention and with the sole purpose to reach that one person that would be inspired, that would be motivated for change. To find, I just pray that one person out there hears this podcast, reads the blog, and gets inspired, and will figure out that change is possible, that there is a life without drugs, that is possible, that they can make it happen, that they can become the best person that they possibly can, that no parent has to find out that their children has passed because of alcohol, because of an overdose. No kid has to grow up not knowing their parents because of the addiction. It's just heartbreaking, and that's the sole purpose behind recovering meth. And the main reason why I do these podcasts is just to share hope. And again, hopefully it reaches that one person that needs to hear it to know that it is possible. Again, there are so many great resources out there. I, for one, I will give a shout out to 3 of them that I know of personally. Sacred Ground, located in Mesa, Arizona. I worked with them before, and regardless of what happened, professionally, they are a resource. Look them up online. Sacred Ground Mesa. Look them up online. Give them a call. They will place people into residential treatment facilities. Another one is Blue Sage Wellness. Google them. They're on Facebook. Look them up. Call them. The same thing. They will place anyone willing into residential treatment facilities. And another one, this is where I work at, Blue Sage Rehabilitation Services in Chandler. Look us up on Google. Visit our website at www.bluesagerehabilitation.org. You can call us at 480-433-0037. 24/7. You could fill out a service request on our website, and we will get back to you within 24 hours to set the initial intake. We will actually drive hundreds of miles in the state of Arizona to go pick up those that are willing, that want change, that need this resource. We will go and pick you up and bring you to our facility to make sure that you get placed into a facility. We will take care of you. We will make sure that you have your necessities. If you ain't got no clothes, guess what? We'll go ahead and supply that for you. You ain't got no hygiene. You ain't got no toothbrush. Guess what? We're going to take care of you. Whatever it may be, it's just nonsense that a life has to be taken because of alcohol. That a daughter, a son overdosed, and they don't get to make it back to their children again. There's no reason for that. Again, there's plenty of resources out there. Just make use of them. And again, I just pray that, this podcast reaches that one person that does need to hear it. And I also pray that you share this podcast, if you're listening, for that one person, in hopes that it will reach them, that they will listen, and they will know that change is possible. It's just heartbreaking. And with that being said, again, the past couple of days have been a roller coaster. And, along with this saddening news came hope and inspiration. Because on Facebook, somebody reached out to me from Kayenta, Arizona. And from Chandler to Kayenta, Arizona, driving, that's at least 5 hours. That's at least 300 miles. But this person was determined, and they hitchhiked their way from Kayenta, Arizona, all the way into the Blue Sage Rehabilitation Services Center in Chandler, Arizona. They were in one of our classes today, and he comes up to me and says, "Hi," he said, I'm glad to finally meet you. He said, "My name is so-and-so. I reached out to you on Facebook, and I am just mind blown." I'm like, "Wow, are you serious? Like, you actually hitchhiked out here? You actually made it?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm determined." And that's inspiring to me. That motivates me. That gives me that hope that people out there still want change, and there's still people out there that are determined. This person hitchhiked. Yes, we could have gone out to go get them, but for some odd reason, this person wanted it to happen today. They didn't want to wait, an extra day or 2 days for us to go ahead and schedule that transport. No, this person wanted it to happen now, and they made it all the way, a couple hundred miles. I didn't ask too much of the details, but all I know is that this person made it here today. And guess what? We placed him. We took care of him. We're going to make sure that he is comfortable. We're going to make sure that he has the resources. We're going to make sure that he has a community away from home. We're going to make sure that he feels empowered, that he has the necessary resources to encourage recovery, to know that he is empowered by his peers that are on the same journey as him. And that gives me hope. That gives me that inspiration that I need to continue doing what it is that I do. And again, I just pray that there are more people like that, more people that are determined. And half the battle is just knowing what resources are available. I just gave y'all 3. And again, I do pray that y'all share this. Y'all, just share it. Let people know, because the more that people know that resources are available, the better off the people are. You may not be struggling with addiction personally yourself. Your best friend might. Your brother-in-law might. Your parents might. Share it. Because along with that is sharing nothing but hope, and sharing information, and just knowing is half the battle. So again, today has been one of those where it's saddening, but again, just knowing that people out there are determined to do what it takes to get here, to get the treatment that they need, the help that they need, the help that they deserve, that inspires me. And you know what? Again, tonight, my condolences, my heart, my prayers go out to the world, to anyone who has lost somebody, a loved one, because of addiction, because of the choices they made to go use, to go pick up a drug, to go drink that alcohol. And I just pray for healing for the world. And again, my name is Kendall Key. I am the creator of recovering-addict.com. And again, share the blog. There's plenty of good information on there. Share this podcast. Nothing but hope, inspiration, and motivation from this podcast. Visit www.recovering-addict.com. And again, just remember that it's in God's hands. It's all part of God's plan. God is amazing always. Until next time, God bless.